story checked out, Margot. But I still have a question left. Who do you think could have killed Portia?
If I have to be honest, Jax has a short fuse. I wouldn't be surprised if he flew into a rage or something and took it out on Portia.
Perhaps, but he usually does it with his fists. And no matter how hot-headed he is sometimes, I doubt he would raise a hand against a woman.
You never know, Ruben. Even if he is your best friend. Margot, do you mind if I take a photo of you?
Well, I guess the article you came here for is turning into a very grim thriller book. Sure, chérie, go ahead. The book would only benefit from additional visual material.
Thank you, Margot. I have no more questions for you. You're free to leave.
No problem, chérie.
Who should we question next?
Let's see who else we have. Mrs. B, can you come with me?
Of course, dear. I'm right behind you.
How are you holding up?
Oh dear. I don't know how much I can take. It's no secret that I didn't like Portia. But now that she's gone, it's not right, I'd say. I guess the first thing you want to know is where I was at the time of the incident, right? I was spending the evening with Margot in the club room.
What did you and Margot speak about?
Oh, the good old days. I was surprised to find out that Margot is almost 50 years old. She doesn't look a day older than 35.
Did either of you leave the room?
I think Margot went out to change. She spilled a drink on herself. But I don't think she was gone for that long. Didn't feel like it.
One more thing. Who do you think could have killed Portia?
Oh dear. I know that Janet had something against Portia. And I'm not talking about her feelings for you, Ruben.
What? How do you know about that?
Dear, I don't know much about your work, but your personal life is another case.
Why would Janet have a grudge against Portia?
Well, I know that Portia has some dirt on Janet. Don't know what it is, but at last year's party, I heard them arguing about it.
Why didn't you ever tell me about it?
I don't think that would have changed anything, Ruben.
Mrs. Bird, before you go, do you mind if I take a picture of you?
Oh, not at all, Carla. Anything to help the investigation.
Okay. Well, thanks for your time, Mrs. B. You're free to go now. Ruben, let's head back to the study and continue the questioning.
Carla, I found Q, and he's already up to date with what happened.
That's great. Then let's not waste time and go to Ruben's suite.
Very sorry to hear about Portia. She wasn't the kindest, but no one deserves to go like that. So please, ask me anything and I'll answer.
Where were you this evening?
I was back in the greenhouse, doing chores.
The Admiral said he was there too.
The Admiral? That's odd. I didn't see him the whole night.
Are you sure? The Admiral told me he was there roaming around. He said he spoke to you too.
No, señorita. I didn't see him.
Okay. Well, can you all stay here? I need to ask the Admiral something.
Go, we'll be here.
Would you mind stepping into the corridor with me for a minute?
Of course, Miss Page.
Q said he didn't see you around the greenhouse this evening.
What? The boy is obviously lying. I was there. I even talked to him. He complained that he broke a wrench while fixing the pipe, too.
This is confusing. Don't know who to believe. Do you know where the broken wrench is?
I think it was somewhere on the table in the greenhouse.
I'll go and find the wrench, and we will figure out who the liar is. In the meantime, could you join them in Ruben's room?
Gladly.
If the Admiral was telling the truth, the broken wrench will be somewhere here. Smells like wet soil and spring blossom. That's a year's worth of organic vegetables. Well, the Admiral was right about the wrench. I wonder what Q will have to say about it. How much fertilizer do Ruben... The plants won't need watering. How much... Had to check something before I returned. Q, can you have a look at this wrench and tell me what happened to it?
Si, señorita. I have nothing to hide. I used this wrench while fixing the pipe and broke it.
Aha! Caught you now, you lying bastard!
Q, mind explaining? The Admiral knew about the wrench breaking because you told him. He was actually there, wasn't he?
Si, señorita. I lied. He was walking around in the backyard for a while.
Why on earth would you lie in a situation like this, Q?
That man took my honor. Blamed me for the bad things I didn't do. Back where I'm from, that's unforgivable. I have no respect for men like him.
Leave all your differences aside and let's continue with only the truth. Can you both do that?
Si, Carla.
That's what I've been doing since we started. No need to ask me twice.
When was the last time you saw each other?
After my stroll in the backyard and a small chat with Q, I returned to my suite. It was just before you came to my room asking about the bullet casing you found at the crime scene.
After the Admiral left, I headed toward the jungle to check on some plants. When I came back, I found Senora Bennett looking for me around the greenhouse. After that, we came here straight away.
For what it's worth, I don't believe that Sam or Q killed Portia.
But someone still had to take Lucas's handgun.
Let's question the last person before we make any conclusions.
Agreed. Sam, Q, you both can go now.
1 second. I'd like to take a photo of them for documentation purposes, if they don't mind.
Of course, senorita.
My conscience is clear. Do what you need to do.
Thank you. We'll talk to you later, Admiral. It's your turn.
Yeah. Let's get this over with.
When was the last time you talked to Portia?
Oh, isn't Carla the lead here, Ruben?
Just answer the question.
Fine. Just before Ruben had a convo with my fist. What about...
Could you swallow your pride for a minute, Jax? No one wants to be here. But if you cooperate, this will be over quicker.
I did say fine. Just ask your damn questions.
Did anyone see you with Portia?
No one could have seen us. We were in my suite. What else you want to know?
Did you speak with anyone else afterward?
Besides my fist speaking to Ruben? Yeah. I spoke with Janet. I told her that I knew about the letter. She went to talk to Portia after.
Almost done here. Who do you think killed Portia?
I don't know who did it or why, but I can tell when someone has a mask on. A trait of an actor, I guess. I can tell that Margot has secrets. She acts nice, but I feel like she's hiding something.
One last thing and you're free to go. I need to take a photo of you.
What for?
Just let her take the photo and go, Jax.
Fine. Are we done here?
Yes, you're free to go.
Kat, Carla, please join me in the study. I'd like to discuss the current situation with you.
Sure.
What we've learned so far.
It seems that Q and Sam spent most of the evening together in the backyard. So, either they're both implicated, or neither of them had anything to do with Portia's death.
I'd say the latter is more likely. I can't see a reason for either of them to kill Portia.
Well, speaking of motives, you have the love triangle between Ruben, Portia, and Janet, who apparently pulled Jax into it. But it's not really clear to me why one of them would kill Portia.
Janet didn't tell us the full story. Mrs. P said that Portia had something on Janet.
I could tell that Janet was hiding something when we questioned her.
I still find it hard to believe that Janet has some hidden secret that she doesn't want to get out.
Sometimes the closer you are to a person, the harder it is to see them for who they are.
What about Margot and Miss Bird?
Well, I hate to say it, But Mrs. B had the chance to kill Portia too. She was left alone in the clubroom around the time of the murder.
What reason could Georgiana have had to kill her?
Well, objectively speaking, she does have a criminal record.
Yes, but you shouldn't judge people by their past mistakes. What's done is done.
I think we're still missing the evidence we need to determine the killer.
The key to it is probably the USB drive we found in Portia's laptop. I believe that whoever killed Portia was trying to obtain information on Ruben's project.
Unfortunately, it will take time before we can access any data on that USB drive. For now, all we can do is try to narrow down the list of suspects.
Sounds great, but how?
I think that's a question for tomorrow. We should all get some rest now.
Couldn't agree with you more, Ruben. If you'll excuse me, I'll be off back to my suite.
Good night, Dr. Cat.
Good night, Carla.
Carla, could you keep me company for a bit longer? I'd like to say my last goodbyes to Portia.
Of course. I'm here for you.
So hard to see her like this. She did not deserve it.
No one does, Ruben. Maybe we should cover her up before you say your last goodbyes.
If you could, Carla. There should be some clean sheets somewhere in this room. Thank you, Carla. Portia was a good woman, fierce and loyal, and her loyalty got her killed. It's all my fault.
Don't beat yourself up, Ruben. It's not your fault. No one could have seen this coming.
I should have, but there's nothing I can do about it now. It's been a long night. You should go get some rest. I'll stay here a bit longer. I'll lock up afterward. I don't want anyone to disturb her. Good night, Carla.
Night, Ruben. Someone's knocking on the door. There's no one here. But wait. What's that on the door? Is that an envelope? I need to remove the tape first. I'd better be reading it inside, away from the rain. Much better. I can open the envelope at the table. Shoot! I need to put them back in place.